These animals can kill you in the blink of an eye. It's one of the most dangerous jobs in the world.
Albert Killian has a deadly passion. He lives with more than 60 venomous snakes, including a 25-pound king cobra.
Okay, that's quite a bit of venom, buddy. That's enough to kill half a homestead.
He earns a living extracting venom for the pharmaceutical industry, and has been bitten so many times he's developed, if not an immunity, then certainly a tolerance to the effects.
I've taken 5 mamba bites and I've never needed antivenin. The reality of that kind of even boggles my mind.
60-year-old Albert keeps his large collection of snakes at home.
There's 28 Egyptian cobras, there's 3 Indian cobras, there's forest cobras, spitting cobras, monocle cobras, and those are just the cobras. Basically, there's probably about 30-something cobras here. Then I have the rattlesnakes, the pit vipers, and the vipers. I consider me, personally, to be one of the best in the world when it comes to handling snakes. I have an understanding of these animals that a lot of people will never have.
His collection of snakes is incredible. Probably the best collection that I've ever seen, as to where he takes immaculate care of them. Every single one of them is beautiful, and he has a really great variety.
Originally from Connecticut, USA, Albert has been fascinated by snakes since he was just 10 years old.
One day I was going to school and I saw a snake on the side of the road, and I was very interested in it, and I ran home. When I told my uncle, he ran up the road and he had a gun with him and he shot the snake, and I was just upset and I went into shock. I couldn't believe what I just seen. And I felt like these animals really got a bad deal. And I felt since then I had to save all the snakes in the neighborhood. So what I did is I got a couple containers, barrels, garbage cans, and I started collecting all the snakes and keeping them in the garage. People would hire me to walk around and collect snakes, and so I was making some pretty good money.
More recently, Albert has been extracting venom from snakes he receives from the US Fish and Wildlife Service.
I've only been doing venom extractions for about 3 years now. This venom is processed to make pharmaceutical products that they put out in the local drugstores. This is a neurotoxic venom, okay? This venom attacks the central nervous system, causing paralysis, respiratory, cardiac arrest. I've been bitten, not by this particular one, but one's larger than this. I got bit in the arm. I don't even have a mark where the fang went in. And there was enough venom to probably drop an 8,000-pound elephant.
Handling these reptiles can be unpredictable, and Albert has been bitten by venomous snakes more than 100 times.
Over the years of me being bitten by snakes, my blood does have a tolerance to it, but it's not an immune system. It's just a tolerant immune system that can take higher levels of venom that normally can kill other people.
But one encounter with a Sufan cobra he received from Southeast Asia had him close to death.
Thing nailed me, and I had only like 20 minutes to get to the hospital. There was no ambulance that could take me, so I wound up driving myself. When I got to the hospital, no antivenin was available. What happened after that was the venom overwhelmed my system, put me into respiratory failure, and also put me into cardiac arrest. I flatlined for like 2 or 3 minutes. During that period of time, I realized, because the consciousness is at a different level. But basically, I kind of felt euphoric. I basically floated out of my body.
But despite his near-death experience, Albert won't be giving up his 50-year obsession with the reptiles.
Everyone does worry for him, but he knows what he's doing. He's been doing it for so long, and he wouldn't be happy if he wasn't doing this.
I continue to handle snakes because they're a big part of my life, and I actually love them. I just continue to love and appreciate these animals more than anything.